What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here with yet another Tottenham update. And yes, you guessed it, we're going to be talking more about Tottenham injuries. And the first up, we're going to be speaking about Dominic Solanke, as there has been some more information on his injury by Matt Law, who says early scans have shown that Dominic Solanke has suffered a grade 2 hamstring injury, which can take 3 to 8 weeks to recover from. Doubt has therefore been cast over his involvement for the rest of the season. So, I mean, at the very, very best, he probably just plays the last game of the season, but that just seems fanciful. So, yeah, pretty much Dominic Solanke is out for the rest of the season.
News keeps getting better and better, doesn't it, for Tottenham Hotspur? You were hoping after the obviously brutal news about Xavi yesterday that maybe we'll get some good news about Solanke. Maybe it was just a knock. Maybe it wasn't so bad. So the fact that he's going to rule him out for pretty much the rest of the season with 4 games to go. Another player who I think is quite important to us. He's now gone. We're down to 1 striker. No number 10s. Haven't had any wingers
2
for a while.
strikers, I mean, because Moani is actually an actual striker, though, isn't he?
I guess 2 strikers, no winger. 1 winger, no number 10s. It's a dire situation for Tottenham. I think he would have been quite important for us between now and the end of the season, Solanke, and I think De Zerbi, could have used him, obviously. He would have been our number 1 striker probably for the last 4 games. Obviously, Richarlison did come on, got an assist, but you're going to have to rely on him now. We're going to need Richarlison to massively step up. I was saying Solanke had to be one of the ones who's going to have to step up, but now he's out. So it just gets worse and worse, and every day it's like they're just giving us more and more bad news, and with each day that passes, it's less and less likely we get out of this mess.
I know, it's mad. It's just like kicks after kicks after kicks after kicks, and there's just nothing. Like, even when we win, we end it with like 2 casualties, and you're just thinking like, what's the even point, man?
How much is the next win going to cost us?
I know, you know what I mean? It's just, if we even get that next win.
Exactly.
But yeah, look, Solanke out for the rest of the season.
At least Rishi's got history in stepping up in these moments, and hopefully, it showed, didn't it? In his first game, he started left wing, which means he didn't really even want to start him up front, but he's going to have to now.
It kind of, because obviously De Zerbi has favoured Solanke up front, Moani on the right, Xavi on the left. 2 of those players are out now. So, do you think that he moves Moani up front and puts Richarlison on the left?
Tell on the right?
And Tell on the right.
Don't think so. I think more likely it's Tell left, Richarlison up front, Moani right. I think that would be the most likely. I mean, I wouldn't be... everything's on the table at the moment, but I think if I was to predict, that's what I think he would go for. Because at least in that scenario, you've got Richarlison probably in his best position, you've got Tell in his best position. So you've got 2 out of the 3. And that scenario, you're pointing, you've got Moani in his best position, but Tell and Richarlison aren't really in their best position.
It's true, but he has utilised Tell on the right, obviously, when he has had the minutes. And Richarlison's not exactly alien to the left and did very well for us in the Europa League run on the left.
I know. I don't think he liked his performance on the left against Sunderland, though, which is why he took him out.
Yeah.
So, maybe. I think it's a possibility. I think it's going to be the one. I think it's going to be Tell, though, on the left.
All right, next up, we are got some more information on Xavi Simons by Matt Law, saying that Xavi is expected to be out for a minimum of 7 months after suffering the ACL injury and undergoing surgery. Simons is one of Tottenham's highest earners, and sources insist there is no relegation salary reduction in his clause in his contract. Obviously, we know now we can't sell him because he's got an ACL and not back at the earliest January time around. So at least half of next season, at the minimum, he'll be out. I mean,
has any player ever been sold with an ACL injury?
Probably not. Probably not. Do you think I was just doing a look into this in terms of wages and salaries in the Championship. The highest earner is Harry Winks on 90 grand a week. Xavi Simons is on double that. And it's just like, with the financial implications of Spurs going down, this could actually be quite significant, can't it? With him being on close to 200 grand a week in the Championship without even being able to utilise him as well. It's just madness.
Yeah, I brought up that point when we heard about this serious injury. The financial implications are absolutely stark, considering it would be bad enough if he could play, the financial implications. But the fact that we've got him at 200 grand a week nearly, and he can't even play, I mean, that is just disaster zone. The financials are already looking absolutely scary, if we're being honest, at this point in time, if relegation is going to happen, which is ever increasingly likely. The financials look like such a bad situation that loads of players are going to have to be shipped out. Xavi was probably one of the ones that you would earmarked as being sold, you would say, if we were to go down, because he would want to go down. He'd be highly sought after. Maybe you could get your money back on him if we were to sell him. So he's a big earner. So that was one of the ones you probably earmarked. So the fact that he can't even be sold, that means someone else will probably have to go instead. And where that leaves us, who knows? You've got Maddison on big wages, Decky on big wages. They're just coming back from big injuries and long term. So let's see the interest in them. Kudus, he's on big wages and he's now out probably until the new season. So is he going to go as well? And what kind of interest are going to be in him? So Solanke's now all of a sudden injury prone. How much money we're actually going to get for him now? So all of a sudden, there's a weird situation where a lot of our main players are either long injuries or injury prone, and we're getting relegated. So the money that we'd probably look to get for them or want for them is all of a sudden looking like how we're going to get. We're not going to get anything that we like for them. Like, we're not going to get a fee that we like. Put it that way for a lot of these players.
Yeah, but even if you don't get a fee that you like, you can't keep all these players on the books next season, whether it be even loaning some of these players out to recoup some of the wages for the season. That might be an option. But for the likes of Kudus, I think he's one that probably could be sold because he's not going to be out for the whole summer. I think him not getting the surgery is probably him trying to get playing the World Cup. So if he does play in the World Cup, that probably suggests that he can get sold this summer. Solanke.
What happens if that doesn't go forward?
Yeah, obviously, anything can happen, but I'm just saying on the basis of it. Dominic Solanke, obviously, he's out for 3 to 8 weeks, so he's one that can potentially be sold. I'm looking at players like Kulusevski. Kulusevski, I don't think can be sold, and I think Kulusevski will be here next season with the injury that he's had. He's on over 100 grand a week. We got Xavi, who's on nearly 200 grand a week. Got James Maddison, who's on nearly 200 grand a week as well. Like, James Maddison's an interesting one with Coventry as well, coming back into the Premier League. I just asked you before, I think it could be a situation where you loan out a James Maddison if we get relegated to someone like Coventry, because obviously he loves Coventry boy. We've seen all those videos of him trying to get Sonny to look at the Coventry results and all that kind of stuff. Like, this guy is a boyhood Coventry fan, and I think it would mean so much for him as well to play for Coventry in the Premier League if they're willing to stump up on his wages. And for Coventry to get someone like James Maddison in would be a major coup. So I think that could be a viable option for him.
Would they spend 170 grand a week on someone who's just had an ACL and hasn't played much football?
Yeah, it's interesting, but I think when you're looking at the quality of player, they ain't going to get anyone better than James Maddison, are they? I think they'll look at it as like a major opportunity.
Fully fit Maddison, yeah.
Yeah. But, if he gets on the pitch at the back end of this season, has a good pre-season behind him, who knows? He could have a good season next season.
Yeah, I think, look, with the Xavi news, we might have to, in all honesty, because I think if Xavi was going, I would say, yeah, Maddison is staying. But now Xavi, it's like a double whammy. Xavi forced to stay and he can't even play. It might force someone else out who originally would have stayed.
Surely we can't have 2 players in the squad next season on close to 200 grand a week.
You'd think so. And depending, obviously, Romero's, we're thinking he's going to leave. Van der Ven, we think he's going to leave. Maybe Porro's going to leave. They're all quite decent earners. Benteke will leave. He's a quite good earner. You just look at the situation and it's absolutely horrible. It's going to be a fire sale, and yeah, you're looking at that and thinking we might be forced to keep a player who's on 200 grand a week, and that might force another player who's on 200 grand a week out as well as a consequence, and that is just such a bad situation to be in. How are we supposed to cope with that? Yeah,
and if it's true that Xavi doesn't have a relegation clause in his contract to half his wages, that brings a question about all the other players as well. Do they have that clause in their contract? And if they don't, that's also big alarm bells.
Yeah. Well, some reports say yes, some reports say no. I reckon some do, some don't. That's what I would assume. And you're getting reports about Xavi, and maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Well, he wasn't signed with... Was he signed under Levy, or maybe he was? Yeah, he was. He was signed under Levy.
Everyone signed under Levy apart from the players that we brought in January.
From Gallagher.
Yeah.
I mean, I would assume Gallagher, though, has one because we were quite a bad situation when he signed. I don't know. I can't speculate, but it'll be if none of them have it, we're in big trouble.
Yeah. All right. Well, what a crazy situation we are in. Actually, that's not that, because there is some breaking news from Tottenham Hotspur. Spurs have just launched. Exciting stuff, this. Exciting stuff. Spurs have just launched their Spurs and Peppa Pig range.
Oh, my God.
Spurs in the midst of a relegation battle, deep into 18th place. Just won their first game of 2026 and first in 118 days. And this is what Spurs have been working on in the background all this time.
Incredible stuff.
Spurs and Peppa Pig range. Get excited, people.
Unprecedented. Has a Premier League club ever teamed up with Peppa Pig before? You have never seen the like. Come and join Tottenham and Peppa Pig in the mud. Come on, incredible.
Not only
Incredible
that, not only have they dropped Peppa Pig range, they are also offering Peppa Pig stadium tours as well.
Unbelievable.
Spurs really know how to get that crowd in.
And
Spurs and Peppa Pig.
And they're announcing next season Teletubby tours.
Teletubby tours.
Yeah. Explore the stadium with Dora. It's incredible. It's incredible stuff.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
I can't wait for all of it.
Your club could never. Your club could never.
Do whatever you can to not think about what's happening on the pitch with your new Peppa Pig merch.
Literally just burying their heads in the stand while they just release Spurs and Peppa Pig merch. It's actually quite unbelievable.
And you can buy this with the new companion app. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
The best app. And I tell you what, a lot of people were saying how safely they got to their seat last week against Brighton. They didn't know how to live without it. They didn't know how to get from the high road to their seat.
The street-to-seat companion app. I mean, how would you ever find your seat without it?
I know.
Who knows? Rob Pickering, I'm just reading, is just writing a LinkedIn post about this new Peppa Pig line. Unbelievable.
It says revolutionary.
Revolutionary. Never seen before in Premier League history.
The best matchup the Premier League has ever seen. Tottenham and Peppa Pig relegation special, people. And that is our Tottenham update for today. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.